Hello Pokemon fans, this is another Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby battle. This is against Ruben, another single battle passerby. Those are the lineups. Let's get to it. Like usual, I start off with Shuckle to start setting up and keep hazards up and kind of keep him from switching out as much as he wants. But he does the same thing, but he uses toxic spikes with a Greninja lead. Here he uses extrasensory. Can't pronounce stuff. But I think he just wanted to see how much damage he does with me, but I'm more of a specially defensive Shuckle. So he can't really do anything, so he decides to yeet himself out of there. And then he brings in Ferrothorn. And luckily here I decided to use knockoff. Because it actually knocks off leftovers, and Ferrothorn with leftovers is just really annoying. But unfortunately I get the Iron Barbs once I make contact with him, and I just decide to Final Gambit, get out of there, and bring in another switch in. So here I bring in Dr. Grant, the Rampardos. I don't know why I brought him, to be honest. It's a little weird to me. I don't know why I brought him. I should have brought in Forretress, looking back at it. And also I should have just Rock Polish first, because he's just going to be protecting and, toxic stalling me, just being annoying. But that's some strategies. So I'm almost down to half. I decide to switch, and I bring in Forretress, which should have been my first choice. And here I'm just gonna Rapid Spin and get the toxic spikes and stones out of there. Or no, just toxic. Yeah. So I'm just gonna get rid of the hazards that Ruben set up. So I get rid of the stones and also the toxic spikes, and I'm gonna swap them out because I'm expecting a fire move. And here I just bring back Dr. Grant just for Death Fodder. And here's going to Mega Evolve. I'm going to use Sky Uppercut. And that will take out Dr. Grant. And then he's gonna activate his speed boost. And here I thought I would be able to just knock him out, but unfortunately he uses Baton Pass and send the +1 speed to Snorlax. Here I think I switch out, if I remember. Yeah. Get out of here, and I guess it was a good idea to switch out because of the wild charge that would have killed Azumarill. I would have killed John Cena. So then with my Forretress, I believe I threw some toxic spikes, I believe. Either that or some spikes, I can't remember. Okay, so send out some toxic spikes. And there, I don't understand why I swapped out. I'd imagine that my Azumarill would be able to take care of the Greninja with Aqua Jet, but I decided to belly drum and to get max attack. And here I do kill it, but the opponent laid toxic spikes again for some hazards. And here I made a bad play. I thought that I'd be able to kill this Lilligant after all the hazard damage, but I didn't, unfortunately. And it's going to Petal Blizzard me to the next life. John Cena got taken care of, unfortunately. And here's another mistake that I'm going to make. Instead of going ahead and using Forretress to get rid of those toxic spikes, I decided to send out Gonzo and Dragon Dancing instead of just killing the Lilligant outright, which I should have done. So I could have gotten a Moxie boost. And so that's another mistake that's going to bite me in the rear. So he's going to bring on his Ferrothorn. And you know what Ferrothorns do best? Just stall and slow the game down. Here, I used Ice Punch, assuming a Lilligant would still be in, but that wasn't the case. And now Ferrothorn is going to get some health and poison damage. And unfortunately, he's going to start protecting. And so I decided to switch and finally send out my Forretress. So I called his bluff. So I decided to put out the final layer of toxic spikes. And the opponent's going to use Leech Seed. But so he's sapping away from my health. He's sapping away my health. So I decided to Rapid Spin, but by doing that, it's going to activate the Iron Barbs. And it's going to take my health away. So I got rid of the spikes. And he's going to set up rocks. So I'd rather have the rocks set up than toxic spikes in my opinion, but I throw a layer of spikes in there. And he sets up Leech Seed. So here I decide to not Rapid Spin, but to, because he's going to just use Stealth Rock, so I decide to Explode. And yeah, that does nothing. So here I should have gone with Dragon Dance, assuming that the opponent, Ruben was going to use Protect. I should have known better and gotten some attack. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. And here I just Drain Punch, and it doesn't kill Ferrothorn, unfortunately. So with that, Iron Barbs is going to hurt me, along with the poison at the end of the match, and also he lays the Leech Seed, and that pretty much, yeah, it's painful to watch on my end. And here he protects, and I just decide to let Gonzo die, because I don't see any reason of putting anybody else in danger at the moment. So here comes Hydreigon. He's going to switch out his Ferrothorn for the Snorlax. So all the hazards that I've done, there's the sticky webs, the stones, and then the spikes, or the toxic spikes, and then the spikes. So I use Dark Pulse, but along with hazards that only puts them right under half health. So here I use Superpower. So hopefully I can make a little bit of a comeback. And here comes his Lapras, and again there's the hazards. There's the webs, the stones, the toxic spikes, and then the spikes. Here he uses Ice Shard, and that activates my weakness policy. So that brings my special attack and attack. And unfortunately, Superpower doesn't have enough juice to kill the Lapras, and the poison doesn't finish the job. The Lapras uses Ice Shard, and it kills me with -2 defense. And that's the end of the match. So with this match, I made several crucial mistakes with trying to set up on Lilligant instead of just killing it outright, and I should have played smarter with Ferrothorn, because I knew the protects were, he was going to use protect, but I didn't use Dragon Dance, and that would have killed the Ferrothorn. And when he went against Scrafty, but it is what it is, and I'm going to keep learning from here on out. I hope you enjoyed the match, and hope to continue to watch. All right, thank you. Bye.